Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. As ever, you can find me over on Instagram at the House of Langford and at Overall Sews. I'm also on Ravelry at Mad X Stitcher. And this is my monthly podcast of everything I have made. And yeah, this is my little corner of the internet, basically, and my little podcast corner. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. I am multi-crafter. I am a textiles teacher based in Essex. I live with my son Joey, who is almost 19. He'll be 19 this month because it's now in November. My husband actually lives in Glasgow, but he is here until Friday. So I have just under a week with him until he goes back to work. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird setup, but like I said before, we are making do, and at some point I think I'm going to end up moving up to join him as well within the next sort of 18 months ish. So there's lots of changes going on and it's a lot to process, so you may see me getting rid of a lot of stuff, or at least trying to work my way through my stash a little bit quicker. Anyway, I mostly crochet at the moment. I do also make jewellery. I do the odd bit of knitting, if it takes my fancy. But predominantly my craft at the moment is crochet. So that is what I'm going to show you. There is a Facebook group, there is a Facebook page, and there is a Ko-fi account, all linked to this podcast, of which all the information will be down in the description box for you, as well as anything, like any patterns I mention, any yarn I mention, everything goes down in the description box. So if you need to know anything, it will be there. And if you want to ask me questions and I haven't put it in there, feel free to do so in the comments. Whilst you're here, if you like it, please hit the subscribe button. I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers, so yeah, it would just be really nice to hit a target. And yeah. I think there's also a little bell notification button, so if you hit that, it will let you know when I post new videos. But I don't necessarily just post podcasts, so I do a monthly roundup, which is what this is, where I talk about all the things I have finished for the previous month and what I'm working on and what my plans are for next month. Sometimes there's some acquisitions. I mean, let's be honest, most of the time there are acquisitions. There's only been, I think, 1 month that I haven't actually bought any on, but there we go. Yeah, I shouldn't actually be buying any yarn because I don't have the money to do so. But anyway, you are here. Hopefully you have stayed around for those last 3 minutes. Yeah. So what I do each month is I set myself goals. I write everything in my book. It is just a jelly bean book from Paper Chase, I think. Long time ago. No idea. Yeah, so what I do is I write myself a list of plans or things that I want to achieve, my goals basically each month, and then I'll tick them off if I complete them, or I make up excuses as to why I haven't. Yeah, that's how it goes, I guess. And so I had 5 goals or 5 targets for October. They were to finish the ghost that I was working on last month, finish some pumpkins. So I had 6 that were kind of in bits and hadn't been finished off, so I wanted to finish those. I had a Rainforest retreat shawl to make. Yes, another one. The pattern is so easy to do, it really is, that once you've done it, the lace section, like once or twice, you can understand where all the stitches are going, and you don't, I haven't needed the pattern. Yeah, for the last one. I wanted to try and do the pumpkins from the last Crochet Society box. Haven't actually done those. I haven't even got the box out since I put it away. But there's so much else going on, and I will talk about all that as well. And the last thing I wanted to do was work on the hexie cardigan, which I have in Teal, because that is for a colleague of mine now. So I have done 3 of my 5 goals for October. So what I like to do is start off with my finishes, move into whips, and then move into acquisitions. But before I do any of that, what I want to explain is how busy this month has been. I don't know about you, but October for me has been crazy. Like, really crazy. I'm pretty sure we had open evening in October as well for the school. So that was a really late night. I've had training as well before half term. I've been to Glasgow for a few days to go and see my husband, and also to go and visit Glasgow School of Yarn. And prior to that, I also went to the Knitting and Stitching show at the beginning of the month. And we supported Stanley from Stanley's Crochet Workshop, who had a Q&A session there. And that went really well. So I've got different vlogs up on the channel for each of those. So there is a vlog currently up for the Knitting and Stitching show. I have recently put up the vlog for Glasgow School of Yarn, as well as my trip to Glasgow. I've also been doing Vlogtober. So I've been trying to film each week, and I haven't actually yet filmed a wrap up for that because it's been a week. And the last thing is I went to Comic-Con as well. So needless to say, I've barely been home for October. And as you'll see in my finishes and my whips, there is not an awful lot going on here in terms of my making time. So I'm hoping that now everything has calmed down a bit. I say that, but I've also got free Christmas markets that I'm doing as well. 2 are in November and 1 is December. No, 1 is in November, 2 are in December. So I've got prep for that as well. Yeah, it has been a month. I'm really hoping November and December calm down, and then we go straight into Vlogmas for December. So November is my time to like kind of chill. But I've also decided to do Yarn November, which is an Instagram thing run by Bex of Pigeon's Nest and Katie of the Yarn Whisperer. So I'll put the details for that in the description box as well if you want to head over and have a look at that. Basically, there are prompts every day of the month, and you just post a picture or a couple of pictures and a bit of writing about linked to that prompt every day of November. And I've been really bad at keeping my social medias up to date, so I figured that would be a good idea to try. I've done it in the past. I tried to do Me Made May, but then realised I don't actually have enough garments to warrant 31 days of pictures of me. And yeah. Anyway, more to come. You'll be able to see what I might do is like do a mini video putting all of my posts together for Yarn November to pop that on the channel. Not sure yet, but that will pop up in December, I guess, when November is finished. I am talking very quickly. I am very well aware that there is not a lot of storage space on my phone because of Comic-Con. I took everything off from Glasgow, so that's on my computer and on my hard drive, but yeah, I need to get the Comic-Con stuff off. So I am limited on time, and my husband will be back soon. So apologies if I'm talking really fast, but you can slow me down apparently on YouTube. There is a little cog button somewhere on your screen, and if you click that, you can change the speed of a video. You can speed me up and you can slow me down. So I can either talk really, really, really fast or really, really slow. Entirely up to you. Anyway, tangent over. Let's get into finishes. So, first things first, I made the Rainforest retreat shawl. Now, I don't have it here. This time it was made in Cotton Soft again, because we know we love the Cotton Soft. So I have done it in 3 colours this time. It is made using lavender for the first colour is purple, which is a lavender colour. The second colour is a light blue, which is called mint. And then the final colour is a light grey. I call it silver, but it's called light grey. So the yarn I've used is King Cole Cotton Soft. I used just over 5 balls of yarn. I used one ball and 5 grams of lavender, and then 150 grams of the mint and 240 something grams of the light grey. So it's just over 5, and there's more than 5. I can't do maths today. And anyway, I'm getting very loud. So Let's rein it in a little bit. It is a pattern by Lisa's Attic. It is very, very easy to do. It is lots of trebles, doubles, and chains, and then there's some front posts and back posts as well. So there's no like half trebles or slip stitches. No crazy things going on. It's a very nice, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't remember the word. Intuitive. That's the word. It is an intuitive pattern and I really enjoyed working it. It's now the third one I've done. Yeah, it's the third one I've done and I have enjoyed every single one. Yeah, so if you want to go and have a look at the pattern yourself, please do so. Like I said, information is in the description box for you. So next up, I have the ghost that I was working on last month. Now, what I want to do first though is show you the size that it's meant to be. So this is the one that I did. Ooh! This is the one I did in September, and this is the one that uses the yarn from the kit that was in the magazine. It's from issue 49 of Simply Crochet. It's going back some. I think we worked out it's 2016. But this is the size it's supposed to be. And I have been trying to use up a lot of my stash. So I found some chunky yarn. And this is Karen X Pantone in Coconut Cream. And the pattern is by Sarah Huntington. This is the one that I did using the Karen yarn. This is the one from the magazine. So it's quite big. However, it does make me laugh because I don't think it looks like a ghost. Yeah. You let me know in the comments what you think it looks like, but this does not look like a ghost. It's very, very soft yarn though. The Karen X Pantone is very, very soft. It's got a slight silky texture to it. And it's so squidgy. I have this in quite a lot of colours. I bought this yarn from The Works. At one point they had lots and lots of these coils. These little braids. So you can see that I made a mess. That's what's left over from that bit. So you get 5 of these. So I've still got 3 and I've got a little bit left over from the 4th. And they come in sets of 5. So I've used 1, almost 2. And that's 100 grams total. So that's 40 grams. Almost 40 grams of yarn for this big ghosty. I bought the yarn ages ago. Really long time ago. And I pretty much bought every single one. So that I had all the different colours. And the aim is to try and make a granny square blanket with it. But I wanted to make a ghosty and that was the only chunky I had. So he's not quite white. He is creamy. But I don't mind. So it's coconut cream. And I used a 5mm hook for this. Whereas this one I think was like a 3.5. Maybe smaller. It might have been a 2.5. Yeah, so I used a 5mm for the big ghosty. Next up is the pumpkins that I was trying to finish last month. So I have 5. Last month I quickly made one of them up into a Jack Skeleton pumpkin. So I had a nice chunky white yarn. That's where my chunky yarn went, into that pumpkin instead of making a ghosty. And yeah, so I turned that one into a Jack Skeleton and made like a little hat for it as its stalk and added its facial features and stuff. So I have 5 of the other 5 pumpkins that I had basically. So I have my mini one. So this is my extra small size. And then I have 3 of the small size for some reason. So I have 1 grey, 2 grey, and I have a sage. Woo! And now I'm dropping them all. So I have extra small as the orange and the other ones are just a small size. And although they all come out differently, they all come out slightly different sizes, even though I've used the same pattern. And then I have 1 giant one. So this is my largest size. And yeah, so from 1 ball of 50 grams, I can get 1 small one and 1 giant pumpkin, or 1 extra small, 1 giant. Yeah, so what I do is I use the Bella Coco tutorial, which is on YouTube. I basically wrote it out for myself so that I could just follow it and then change the amount of stitches I do to start with and the amount of rows so that I can make the various different sizes, because this is the size you get in the tutorial. I also follow the tutorial from Bella Coco on how to make the I-cord stalks as well, which can actually be very therapeutic if you can get it. Don't do it when you're frustrated. Yeah, and then you just double it, make it longer and double it over to make the larger stalk for the larger pumpkin. So I have used Big Value DK from King Cole in, we have, it is orange, yeah. Orange, I think it's just called grey, sage, and then the big orange one as well. So, yeah. I've got a small tower of pumpkins. I didn't make the 20 that I had originally planned, but that's because I keep underestimating how long they actually take to do. And what I think I'm going to do, once I have used, because I bought a load of this yarn to make pumpkins last year, and I'm still working through that bag. So, yeah, I need to work through that yarn first, and then what I think I'll do in the future, I will just use chunky yarn and they'll work up a little bit quicker. So yeah, 5 pumpkins. I've used a 4mm hook for all of them, but they are all in Big Value by King Cole in DK. And the colour I use for the stalks is Koala. Now there is a dark brown colourway, but the very first one I did, I used Koala, so that is, and I think I'm still on the same ball. So all the stalks have been done from this one ball of Koala. So it's doing pretty well. And I have one more finish. Just one. What I'm going to do is pop up a picture from a Comic-Con of my outfit, because I made this for my outfit. It is it's like a little pouch, basically. I've put a big loop at the back of it, and it's black yarn, so you're not going to see it very well. But there's a big loop at the back to put my belt through, so that I could hold it on my waist and put my phone in it for the day, so I didn't have to keep going into my FCG handbag that I made. And I didn't even make belt loops because the buttons actually go through the stitches, so I can always, it's not the easiest thing to use, but yeah. So I made a pouch. Basically what I did is, I've written up the instructions, so I'll pop it all on Ravelry as well. What I did was start here. So I think I cast on 26 double crochets, so UK double crochet, and then just went until it was long enough to fold up on itself. It was big enough to fit my phone in, basically, so it was about 7-8 inches long, doubled. And then started to decrease either side to make this triangle flap for it as well. And then what I did was simply stitch it together down the sides. So I've got a pouch, and then sewed it on some buttons as well. And then I finished it off by adding this loop at the back. So I stitched into the stitches I already had. I've tried to write it up so that if you did want to make your own, it is going to be a free pattern, because it's just a very quick make. But yeah, so I made that. I used Aran from Stylecraft Special Aran, just in black, and I've used double crochets for the main body, and then in the top bit I think I used half trebles. Yeah, half trebles at the top, just so it grew a little bit quicker. And there is a back loop only row as well, just to create this ridge for the very top edge. But it held my phone for the day, it held my fan for the day as well, in case it got hot. It did get hot, but we had a really good day, so you'll be able to catch that in the vlog for that, because I need to finish it. But yes, I made a little belt pouch, and what I'm thinking is that I could do something similar for work, but in fabric maybe, so that I can carry things like scissors, fabric scissors, stitch unpickers, extra bobbins, things like that. Things that I need for this machine so I can fix them. But yes, I'm quite pleased with that. And that only took me an afternoon, so yeah. Okay, that's it for my finishes. Like I said, not an awful lot going on over here. So when I actually went to Glasgow, I took 2 projects with me. And both are still whips. The very first one that I want to show you is my quagga. Yes, quagga. I signed up to the Toft Conservationist subscription. So I bought my subscriptions bag. And I have been working on my quagga. So let me show you. This is what he looks like. It's like a little zebra, but he's brown. And he's got stripes. His name is Phileas. So I started him whilst I was in Scotland. And promptly made his body. With the stripes on the back. And then I made his head. So I have a body and a head. That's what I made when I was in Glasgow. Okay. So this is where we're at with that. And then since I've been back, I made one leg. So this is where he's at in terms of the end of October. Okay. Now I have made all of the, now made all of the parts, so I am going to show you them. I didn't want to put them together until I'd shown you all the parts. So I have 4 legs, and I have 2 ears, and I have a tail. There's lots of yarn ends on the tail that I need to weave in as well. So I have all the pieces. I now need to put them together, and then I can crochet his mane as well, because you can't do that until he's all sewn together. And this is being made up in Toft yarn. So I have caramel, I have, no, camel rather, camel, fudge, I have cream, and charcoal. So I've got yarn left over. Like, I only need these 2 and a bit of the charcoal to do his mane. No, I don't even need those 2. I just need the darker one. I need fudge and the charcoal for his mane. So I'm going to work on getting him finished up. And we get a badge, which is going to get stuck onto there for that. Now I need to finish him because the second one has arrived. So we want to get Phileas finished, get that vlog finished, and then I can replace the quagga with the next one, and it'll go into this bag. So each month, or it's every quarter, this one. So every time I get a new subscription project, it's going in this bag, because this is my subscription bag. Yep. Okay. That's one. This is the one that I left at home. I need to make 4 of these. I can't remember who the pattern is by. What have I written? Hooker House on Etsy. It uses Aran yarn. I have a head. I have a body with 2 legs attached and tail. I've got all the bits. I've got 2 legs that need to go onto this. I have his snout that needs to go onto his head. I just need to make the ears, and I was waiting on getting black acrylic, black Aran. And then I bought the Aran to make my pouch for Comic-Con. So I have the Aran in here, ready to finish up him off. He is a Dalmatian, and I need to make 4. So I need to do black ears, sew them together, and then put on all of his spots. And that is living in my Woolrich. My Woolrich project bag. I love these geishas. And there is gold in it as well. That one. And then the last one is another blanket, because I know I can't stay away from blankets. This is the On the Seashore this one by Rosina Plain, because apparently I now do all of Rosina Plain's blankets. I'm not doing the Halloween one though, because it doesn't really appeal to me. But yeah, so I'm using King Cole, Island Beaches, and I think Paradise Beaches. Yes. Paradise is the White Lady. Blue is Lagoon, and then the sandy colour is called Pebble. And I have now finished part 1. Prior to the end of October though, I think I was there. So I've only done, yeah, I was here. I'd finished this white row here. So I've done maybe 6 rows. No, I'd finished the blue, no, I'd finished the white row. I did the blue one on Saturday and did it wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've done 7 rows since the end of October. So I'm hoping to get part 2 done of this before the end of November. And potentially then moving to the seahorses as well. But I don't yet have an advent calendar either. So this could be my project for Christmas. Which seems really odd because it's not a Christmassy project. Yeah, however, I do have the Zuri blanket squares that I need to do. And there are 25 of them. I have done 4. So I could do that as my advent. Do a square a day for the Zuri. That's an idea, isn't it? Anyway, I have put myself on the wait list for the Toft Advent. But I haven't had any response yet. So I don't know if I'm going to get one. And I'm running out of time. This is the first year since starting my podcast that I've not had an advent. I had Yarny Advents prior to starting the podcast as well. So yeah, I feel like I need one. I didn't want to get the Crochet Society one. Purely because it's another huge box. And I don't need another huge box. I've only just sold last year's box. And I still have the first one. Because that one has different pictures on the back. So I could turn it around. And it doesn't have doors. The last 2 have had doors. So, anyway. That's a tangent, isn't it? Advents. This, I am actually working this up in a 3.5 hook. Because the Beaches yarn is very soft. Very slippery, and I found that when I did it in a 4mm, my tension was very loose. Like I could see through my stitches, and that's not really what you want when you're doing mosaic. You want it to cover. So it's blowing out because it's getting dark now. Yeah, so the next bit I'm doing is going to be the reverse colours. So I'm going to use the sand, the pebbly colour, the sandy colour, which is pebble, as my background colour. And then I'm going to do the next lot of shells in the blue colour. So I've got both of my variegateds working together. But the contrast is okay here, so I think I'm going to be alright. Yeah, so that is the big whip that I'm currently working on. Didn't need to start another project, but we know what I like. So yeah, it's another big blanket project. And I have so much yarn for this project because I don't know how much it's going to need. I have extended it. So I have done an extra repeat. And it's going to be bigger than the original one. Now the reason for that is because when you add the seahorses, it makes it longer. And I thought it was going to be narrow and long, so I wanted to extend it a little bit, make it to accommodate the extra length. I wanted to make it wider. That is living in my Janie Crow bag, which I picked up from the Yarn Cake. I can't remember, I think I picked this one up the first time I went up, so this was from May. Yeah, Janie Crow. I still got the tag on it, don't know why. And that's it for my whips. Like I said, it's been a crazy month. There's been so much going on that I have done barely anything of my own. At work, I've also been fixing things like aprons and sewing badges onto new blazers. Yeah, so my skills are being put to the test at school. That's definitely for sure. And I'm going back tomorrow because my half term is now over. This is the last day of half term. So I've had 2 weeks off and I'm back on Monday. Anyway, so last up is acquisitions. And again, not a lot I'm going to show you purely because one of them I haven't unwrapped yet, which is a badge maker, which I got from Ali, of Woolly Ali, who came to my rescue when I went to Glasgow because there were train issues because of Storm Barbette. Yes, so yeah. I have a badge maker from Ali, which is still wrapped up. There's no point me showing you that it's a badge maker. And I also have all my purchases from Glasgow School of Yarn. That's in its own vlog, so I'm not going to show you those here. I have my purchases from Comic-Con. Again, those will be in its own vlog as well. So you don't need to see them here. But if you are into nerdy stuff and geeky stuff, or you're a Critical Role fan, so you're a critter, do check out my Comic-Con vlog, because that is all we were there for. We were there for Critical Role and they did not disappoint. Yep. I think, I'm not sure if Sophie is going to put hers up as well. So Sophie Swan, I went with Sophie Swan and Flick. So Sophie is a spring snowflake and Flick is over on Instagram. And we just had a really good time. So yeah, that'll be its own little vlog. So what can I show you? I've already mentioned that I bought some black Aran in Stylecraft, special Aran. I bought 3 balls. The reason I bought 3 balls is I wanted to make the witch's hat from Toft. I'm still going to do that anyway, regardless of the fact that it's now gone Halloween. I still want to make one. And so that was for my pouch. I'm going to make the hat and then going to use leftover little bits for the Dalmatians. And I got the latest Crochet Society box, but again, you don't need to see that. It's its own vlog. I do the unboxing videos for those, and they seem to go down really well. So that's that one. So last up, I have some minis. When I saw Laura in Lowestoft for Stitches on the Sand, we had a chat about the fact that I'd missed some of the Marvel minis from her collections for this year. So she was going to find some for me. And we kept forgetting to actually organise it. But she's managed to find me the 2 that I was missing. So I have the minis for August, which is Doctor Strange. So it's got these lovely rich tones. And they are all sock weight, so superwash merino, 75/25 nylon, 20 grams each, 85 meters each. So those are inspired by Doctor Strange. And the other ones were Black Widow, which was June. So these are very dark. I love these. So it's same makeup as the other ones. And so they're going to go with the other 2 I've got. I have Iron Man and 4. Maybe I've missed another one. I'm going to have to check if October's went up or not. I know Laura's been very busy with shows. So I will check if she's got another one up from these or not. We'll see. I want to put them all together in something. I do also have the Nerdy Advent from last year that I need to work up into something. But I'm tempted to group those together as well. So there's a few Marvel inspired minis in there too. And just pull those out. So I put all my Marvel minis together. I think that would be really nice. So yes, I have those. So I have 10 minis. And I also have a couple of Toft purchases. So I did buy something from Toft at Knitting and Stitching Show. You've already seen that. But what I couldn't get at the show was a trick or treat box because they'd all sold out. So I ordered one. And the idea was that you didn't know what you were going to get. Okay, so it could be one of these mushrooms. It could be a hand-dyed plant-based character or creature from their collection. So this one is actually, I got a mushroom, but I think the mushrooms are cute anyway. This is the yellow one, so I have yellow yarn. It also comes with a hook, so you get everything in here you need. There's stuffing as well, and the pattern. So it is a complete kit. And these, where is the picture? There we go. So I think this is the button mushroom. Yeah, this is the button toadstool. So I have the yellow one. And then because they put more up on the channel, on not on the channel, they put more up on their website. And I was like, I really want a hand-dyed one or plant project. So I ordered a second one. So I have the yellow one. There are 3 different colours, yellow, red and orange of the mushrooms, and they're all different mushrooms. So I have the yellow button mushroom. And then I have another big box. So in this one I have another Treat or Treat box kit. And I bought the yarn to make something else. I don't have a picture of it. I might see if I can find one and pop it up on the screen. Because you order all the yarn and the pattern goes into your account. You don't get a physical copy of it. So, let's show you what else I got from Toft. I seem to be on a Toft kick at the minute. I'm really loving working with it. With their yarn. It is alpaca based yarn and it is just really good. It is DK based yarn, DK weight. They do also do an Aran though, so I might have to try the Aran as well. Anyway, I have another Trick or Treat box, and yeah, so I have opened these as well. And I didn't get the any hand dyed, but I did get the mushroom I wanted, which is the red one. So this is the cat toadstool. Yeah, I got the red version. I love the red one. I just like the fact that it's a red mushroom, and red is my favourite colour. So I have the yarn in here for that as well. But I've got some other yarns left over. So what I'm thinking is I could make like a whole series of toadstools. In all different colours. But yes, so a friend of mine also has the red one. I don't know anyone who got the orange one. So I might have to see if anyone's had that. And then I can make all 3. But yeah. So I have 2 Trick or Treat boxes because I cannot stay away. And then lastly, I have a Toft kit. So I'm going to put the box away. So it actually says on the thing that you can ask for it to come without the bag. But why would you? I now have like 5 different bags from Toft and they are all different. Every single one has a different image on it and I love it. It's like a mini collection all on its own. So I have a giant ball of cream. I have purple, which is called amethyst. I have magenta, which is a pink. And I have turquoise. So I will pop a picture up. This is going to be a unicorn. And I really like the idea though of having a rainbow unicorn. So the only colour I'm missing though from a rainbow unicorn, I'm missing green and orange. Because I have the red, I have the yellow, I have a blue, a normal blue, not this blue. Yeah, I just don't have orange or green. Because I have Bo that I need to do as well, who is the Chinese dragon. So these are going to be a unicorn. I cannot wait to make a unicorn. But I do need to do the dragon. There's so many pieces to it. But yes, so I bought that as well. I know you don't need to get a hook with it or anything. you just get the yarn in a bag. And it means that that project is all safe and together. Yep. So that is it. That is all I have for you today. Yeah, I'm really hoping November is a lot quieter and I can get some of my own stuff done too. So it is almost 5 o'clock. I'm not sure when my husband is due home. Yeah. Oh, I need to tell you my plans for November. So, plans for November. I'm going to finish my quagga because he only needs to be put together and he needs his mane done and his eyes put in. That is it. Done. Really looking forward to that. And then I can start the next one. I have had a sneaky peek though of the next one because the pattern is in my Toft account online. So I went in there to get something else and found it. But that's okay. I'll open up the box later as well. I need to finish my Dalmatians because they're not for me. Somebody's asked me to make them for them. And I'm going to a black belt karate party on the 18th of November. So I want to get them done before then and then I can hand them over because they will be there. And then I have the hexie cardigan that I want to do. I have actually put maybe half a round in that this week, so that's a November thing. And that is for a colleague, so I want that done so she can have that before Christmas. And then the last thing is to work on the seashell blanket and decide what I'm going to do for Advent. And a friend of ours has already bought the Crochet Society Advent and I'm actually tempted to work it alongside her. So I've asked if we're not able to see the pattern because it's only for those who bought it, I still want the pattern. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to work alongside her with that anyway. But yes, that is it. That is it. I have no more shows that I'm going to be spending out for. I just have shows that I'm hopefully selling at. So if you are local to the area, I have a stall at the Tilbury Cruise Terminal on the 19th of November, which is a Sunday. And I also have a stall at Billericay Christmas Market, which is in the High Street, on the 3rd of December, which is also a Sunday, which I know some people have come to see me before at. And then the last one I have is Treetop School, which is in Thurrock. It's local to me. And that is their Christmas market as well. So if you're in the area, please do come and say hello. It'd be really nice to see you. I know some people have actually been visiting my local yarn shop and popping by there. So hi. Yeah. But thank you for joining me this month. Hopefully that wasn't too like high speed for you. In addition, I have sorted out the giveaway prize for Sam from last month. That has been sorted. I just need to finish up a different one because time. I think what it is I like to add a bit of me into my prizes and make something for everyone. So that's what I still need to do. Everything else is sorted. I just need to do that. But yeah, thank you for joining me this month and I hope you'll come back next month. As before, if you have liked this content, please hit subscribe, hit the bell button if you'd like to, and obviously if you want to, leave me a comment below because I really like hearing your thoughts, yeah, and what you've liked about this episode. Even though there's not much here, I know I'm still rambling. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and spend another evening with my husband. Yeah. There's so much going on, but I need to chill. So I will see you all again next time. Take care. Bye.